Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I'm continuing on the personal style journey videos because I'm thinking about it a lot, and obviously I still don't have a personal style because I'm still wearing boring t-shirts. But okay, so I really was thinking about it, and I was thinking about like the elements of design, and I'm like, why don't I make a fashion thing? Because like I said in my other video, if you guys want to check it out, go ahead if you haven't seen it. But in my other video, I was saying that a lot of the style like things for today are dress for your body type and stuff like that, but I don't really want to dress for my body type because I feel like it's too constraining. I want to find something where I realize what the clothes are portraying, and then I'm dressing them to fit what I want to portray. So I'm like thinking about like the elements of design in general, like in art, and one of them, so here's just some like elements of design that I'm like, how can I categorize them into different categories to give me like an actual fashion? So there's line, which I'm not even really sure what it is, but line, shape, size, and space. Like this is when you're like making like a painting or something, right? Value, texture, and then I added movement because the garment's gonna move. For line, that's something I don't really understand fully. I'm guessing when it comes to garments, it's gonna be more like maybe like how the thing is draped, and like if you hung it up on a hanger, would it have a silhouette? I'm not exactly sure because like the shape, when I go to form, that would also be that. So like what I was thinking of, like say an ancient Grecian outfit, it really doesn't have any shape. Like unless you're putting it on the body, it's gonna be like on the hanger. It's gonna have no shape. It's just gonna be like a cloth. You know, it's the person is making the shape of the garment, so that thing wouldn't have a lot of shape. That's an example. The space and the size. Do I want it? What does like a lot of fabric in a garment portray, and what does a small amount of fabric portray? Like what is that portraying? You know what I mean? Like what is that giving us as a message? The value, which I consider like the opacity of the fabric, like is it sheer fabric? Is it really like thick, heavy wool? You know, like is that what it's, you know? And what are those things, like if I was to wear a sheer outfit, what I'm walking around down the street, what would that give off as opposed to if I was wearing a thick wool, you know, something? And if I combine them, what would that do? The texture, like I was more thinking like the fabrics, like maybe the weave or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. And then the movement is, if you're wearing like a silk bias cut dress, it's gonna have like this sort of movement that it just wouldn't have if you were wearing like a wool suit, you know? So those are things that I was thinking about. And then I was writing this crazy thing because I was just like thinking and like trying to come up with something, and I can come up with, I think I figured out something for like the romantic side, for the, so on this side of this little chart that I made, which you can't even read because it's backwards, but this side's the romantic side, and then on the other side, and I'm just arbitrarily using the term romantic because I think it's romantic. On the other side is like a very structured, sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe I'm not. Okay, anyway, on the other side is a very structured, like sort of wool type garment that if you had it on a hanger, it would have a very specific shape, and it would like not change the shape being on a hanger. Like, you see what I'm saying? Whereas on this side, it's something that's like very, you gotta wear it to give it its shape, right? Now, so for me, on the romantic, the very, very edge of the romantic side would be like a formless gown, meaning like an ancient Roman gown where it's like, if it was on the hanger, it would be just fabric, and it would be sheer, and it would be very free-flowing and loose, and like I have some adjectives here, like formless, light, clear, soft, fluid, I have transparent, but I don't know if it would necessarily be transparent. And some of the examples that I have of like the time periods that I was thinking in my head, like ancient Greece and then Napoleon times, which was like inspired by ancient Greece. And then I also put like those Camelot pre-Raphaelite kind of paintings have a bit of a vibe of it that I was thinking, but I think they're going in a little more direction. Now, if you go more, now this is just all conjecture. I really had to think about this more. Now, if you go more, like you start giving it, and the colors would be light. I was thinking about how do I like show this? Like, should I do like a, you know, those political things where they're like right, left, authoritarian, whatever. I was like, can I make one of those for this? But I don't know if I can because there's so many categories. So I don't know if I can do that. Because with the political ones, it's like there's 4 categories or something. But this, there's a lot more thoughts. And also, when you add color in, it also adds a whole other thing. So like, say I have this romantic side. It gives off a romantic sort of feel when it's light colors, but if I put it in dark colors, it would give like a gothic feel, but it would still be romantic, but it would have a different feel. So that's something. Anyway, next to that one, like next to it, going more towards the structure, is this what I call bohemian sort of artsy thing, where the form is a little more there is, and to me this is like caftans and like what's it called, like there was a period of time, the bohemian time, I think it's the aesthetic period, and they wore like kind of formless outfits, and but the fabrics were kind of opaque, so it was less like romantic to me. Like it was still romantic because it had that like formless free thing, and that's like the vibe that it gave off, but it didn't, it more gave off like an artsy, like a hippie vibe. I don't know exactly what vibe, but because it wasn't opaque, and then to me this one, like this more bohemian, I have some adjectives for it. That's formless. So like if you put up on a hanger one of these gowns, it wouldn't really have like a shape. Like it really wouldn't have a silhouette. You have to wear it to make the shape. That's what I'm talking about by like a formless thing. And they're more natural colors. It would be soft. I said lace. Like you could, because lace is kind of delicate, right? But it wasn't like the really romantic. Maybe if it was just lace, I'm kind of confused about lace. Like the ornate details can be romantic, but they're not quite like that totally all the way romantic side to me. But romantic is like just an adjective, so it could be really mean anything for anyone, right? I should look up the Webster's Dictionary of romantic and then say it. But maybe like knits could fit in here because, you know, you kind of have to wear them to make the form, right? So I have here, and then I have like kind of the Regency era is sort of in between the Romantic era and a sort of, I don't know. See, the Romantic era confuses me because it could be other things too. Like, let me continue. So then I have cute, where like, what is that cute look? Now, if you keep going down, if you give, see, cute. If you give the same kind of like a natural color, soft lace, but you add a little more form, like if I had a garment that I could put in a hanger and it had like a little bit of form, but it wasn't like totally, I can see the silhouette of it hanging on a hanger, right? It could give a cute. It would need that silhouette. Like, and I wrote here classic shapes, but I'm thinking that it's just like almost a mixture between half formed and half romantic. So when it's hanging on the hanger, it has a silhouette, but it doesn't, you need to wear it to sort of see the full silhouette, you know? So, and I have written here for cute, like soft, somewhat formed, light colors, lace, And I was thinking of the Yaya girls in the 1960s, where they were kind of like, they were just really cute, like, and kind of like that Lolita, Japanese Lolita style too, was what I was thinking of with cute. Yeah, so then if you give a little more structure to the cute, now the colors are kind of, say you have a cute thing and you add dark colors, like that Lolita thing, and I add dark colors, it kind of changes the vibe of it. It's not really necessarily cute anymore. So it's something I have to think about. Then if I move down, if I add a little more form to the garment, right? And it will be a fun silhouette, fun. So this would be like primary colors make things fun. Like bright colors, not muted. I'm trying to be very like specific with my words, because that's where I feel like the Kibbe thing got really confusing for me. Like when he was using adjectives like bold, I kind of know what it means, but I feel like there needs to be like words where it's like more obvious. So and I was thinking like with shorter silhouettes, that is getting to be like cute and fun. You don't see as many short silhouettes for bohemian and artsy necessarily. You know, usually they're kind of longer, but that's just, I don't know. This is like literally me just writing down stuff and just getting out ideas and trying to come up with something. I was thinking about like patterns, like how the patterns change. With romantic, I don't know if you would see as many patterns, but maybe you would. But with fun, I definitely thought of patterns like polka dots or, you know, something like that. With cute too, you could do patterns, but with fun, it just really popped up around like stripes or, you know, polka dots or tiny flowers or something like that. Like, I don't know. And you could add more textures in for the fun one, like feathers or, you know, like sort of, I was thinking more like those weird like 1960s fashion, like that movie with Shirley MacLaine. What was it? Away We Go, I think it is, where she wears all those different outfits. And she wears like these pink outfit with all these feathers and just crazy outfits. That to me is like more fun, like that 1960s sort of experimental time. Anyway, I really have to like think about each and every single one of these and like hone it in. Then I'm thinking like, what about glamorous? Like what is that? Like if I go further down and give it more of a structure, does it become more glamorous? I don't know. See, this is where I kind of lose it, because as we go more towards the very structured side, I kind of lose my train of thought and I kind of lose my ideas about it. So for glamorous, like if you want to give off glamorous vibes, I'm saying in here, it could be any color, but specifically golds and metallics give off the metallic vibes. It's form-fitting, so it could be fitted, but it could also be, you know, a knit that's form-fitting. Like the garment could just sit there on the hanger with no form and be glamorous, or it could have a form and be glamorous. So it could be both. So, you know, I'm not sure it like fits with this theory of mine. But a theory of, and I have sequins and stuff like that. But a theory of mine that I've been thinking about a lot was, and Versace did this a lot, so I was thinking about it. If you have like a very classic silhouette, and by classic I mean a tailored, sort of simple silhouette, like you know, if I saw it on the hanger, you could see that it was a tailored dress. Like just think of it in black. Like if you thought of it as a tailored dress, it has darts, so it has a form, but obviously it has to be warm to put on the full form. If you were to take that simple dress that has a form, a simple form, and make it ugly, Now, yeah, Versace did this a lot, where he would take the simple form and then cut into it, like do cutouts, and then use, and they did this a lot for punk too, which made it cool, like the cool aesthetic, right? That's what I'm kind of, if you cut it up and kind of ruined it and made that silhouette ugly, and then added some clothespins to it, which is what he does a lot. There's a really famous dress where it has all these clothespins on it, and it's really cool looking. It's really cool, that's how you would make something cool. Like, you would take a classic silhouette, mess it up and make it uglier. It now becomes cool. That was my huge revelation. But anyway, that, or edgy might be a better word. Yeah, because it's not quite what it was. I have to think about it more. And then on the very edge, which I don't even know what this style would be, I would think it would be something very, structured, very form-fitting, like tailored, heavy fabrics, and very formed. So, I was thinking, like, you can analyze, say something really formed, but it's also romantic, would be, say you had like a 16th century thing, those really, like, if you saw it, it would have a form there because it's all boned and everything, but they made it out of, very delicate silk fabrics. So it's like using the formed thing plus delicate fabrics gives a sort of, I want to say regal, but maybe that's just because so many like regal people wore that kind of thing, but it gives a sort of opulence or something. I'm not really sure, but you can kind of analyze it, and I'm trying to do that for like all of these different things. So let me just think of a random example. I'm just gonna give one. Let's do God, there's so many different time periods, so it's kind of difficult. I mean, I was analyzing Regency. Let me just analyze Regency. So Regency has lighter colors, so it's more of a romantic time. And also the accessories were romantic too, like loose sort of curls and that sort of thing. But it had a looser silhouette, but some parts were fitted, like the bodice part sometimes was fitted. So it was a mixture. Some of the colors could be bright, but sometimes they were, they more went on the lighter end. So I would place them in like a romantic look. Yeah, but I'm not exactly sure. You can kind of, I saw somebody posted like a video. It was called like the angelic essence. Like, I think people are doing these like essence things, and I think the essence thing is like the romantic look that I'm thinking of here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just make different categories. Yeah, I mean, I see Kibby's problem because it's very hard to like, make a category for everything, you know what I mean? So anyway, and also another thing that I was looking up that I found interesting is I really like the A Knight's Tale costumes, and I kind of think you could wear them like normally, and I kind of want to, like, kind of want to wear the main girls, I forget her name, the main girls' outfits, and they're kind of like more romantic-y. They're looser, but they kind of have an edge to them, which I like. I like that sort of, I don't like form-fitting things, I don't feel comfortable wearing them, so I never wear it. And if that's one thing, if you don't feel comfortable wearing it, you're not gonna wear it. So don't get it. So don't go that way, because I was wanting to get these I thought I would look good in like these tight things, and I might look good in them, but I don't really feel comfortable wearing them, so I'm never gonna wear them. So some things, like some tight things I would feel comfortable wearing, but that's my cat. I accidentally put in my room. Anyway, like I would feel comfortable wearing a tight thing, but I would have to wear like a sheer thing over top. Like, I don't know, like to give that sort of, that's just me. So I have to actually make a wardrobe that I will actually wear. You know, I can't make things that I won't wear, because then that defeats the whole purpose. So for me, like things that I really like, this video is getting babbling, but I don't know, I kind of just want to go in the direction of the Knight's Tale girl, but make it a little more edgy. And I love like Victorian style boots. I have a lot of them that I bought. So I want to wear those a lot more with stuff. And I really like the idea of wearing a long skirts with high slits in them, with like thigh highs or something. Like I think that looks really cool. Kind of like an edgier rock and rolly style. Like that's what I liked about Knight's Tale, because the costume designer actually referenced that. Like she wanted them to look like cool, like rock stars, kind of like the little group, the group of people with William, and then the other people were supposed to be like these. I just love that movie for the costumes. I just think they did an awesome job. Like the sort of the groupies of the athletes were supposed to be like these sports fans, you know, but it's just such a good job of it, and I really love all the costumes. And like there's this coat that Jeffrey wears, Jeffrey Chaucer, in it, and it looks like a 1970s like rock and roll person. Like I really like Jimi Hendrix's style, because it was kind of popular in the late 60s to do this like sort of throwback to historical times, and a lot of rock stars did it, and I really like it. So I kind of want to go down that route. So I want to put myself romantic, edgy. Maybe I won't try to come up with style for everybody, but I'll just come up with my own personal style. But anyway, thank you if you made it through this whole video. I know it's sort of long-winded, but that's what I've been working on, and I'm going to keep on trying to make some stuff, and then I'll you know, start designing some stuff, and then hopefully I will have, you know, hopefully by like Christmas time or something, I'll have like a real style. So if you guys are watching from the beginning and then you see my style later, then you'll be like the OG people following me. Okay, anyway, thank you guys, bye.